Thanks for watching. I'm Margot Kinberg, and this is In the Spotlight, a closer look at a crime novel. Chicago is a famous city with a rich history, lots of culture, fascinating place, but it's not entirely safe from crime. Let's take a look at a novel that takes place there today and turn the spotlight on Gregory C. Randall's Chicago Swing. It's 1933 Chicago, and the powers that be in the city are getting ready for the Century of Progress fair and exhibition that will be opening soon. City leaders are determined that the big event will give the city a much-needed boost in reputation. Then there's a bomb blast and several related deaths. Detective Tony Alfano and his team are put on the case. There are several possibilities for what's behind the bombing. It could be a mob hit. There's lots of mob activity in the city. Or it could be the Bolsheviks who want to disrupt the city. Could even be a person or gang opposed to the current city administration, or a gang war. Alfano and his team are just getting started in the case when there's another bombing, and another. Since these incidents are similar in some ways, Alfano assumes that they're linked. They seem random though. They're not in a particular place or a type of place, not even really in a particular part of that part of Chicago. As Alfano finds out though, that's not the case. They're more linked than they seem. There's one force behind all of this mayhem. As the time for the Century of Progress opening gets closer and closer and no one's arrested, there's more and more pressure from city officials and the media for Alfano to solve this case. He's going to have to outthink a highly skilled foe if he's going to prevent disaster at the fair. So what are the elements in this story? What keeps the story going? Well, this novel takes place in Depression-era Chicago, and Randall places the reader there. We get a strong sense of the city's geography as well as a sense of the society of the times. There are groups of Italian, Irish, and other immigrants, and we see how they function within the city and with each other. As an aside, some of the terms used in the novel would not sit well with modern readers, but that's the terms that were used in 1933 Chicago. Another element in the novel is the web of nepotism, some corruption, and getting business done behind closed doors that characterized Chicago politics at the time. Things get done if you know the right people, and you need the right people if you're going to get ahead. Against this background, Alfano tries to get the job done as well as he can. He knows how the system works, and he does his best to work within it. The story is told mostly from 2 points of view, both of them third person, past tense. One of them is Alfano's, so we learn a bit about him. He's proudly Italian-American, single but not dysfunctional, and thoroughly Chicago. He does his best to be a good cop in an environment that doesn't always support that. The other point of view is that of Alfano's nemesis, the person doing the bombing. I won't say much about that, no spoilers here, but that combination of perspectives lends an element of cat and mouse to the novel. The story is gritty, and as it unfolds, we learn that some things are not as black and white as they seem. There is good that comes out of the events, but this isn't a case of the guilty person being led away in handcuffs to face justice. The timing and pacing of the story give it a bit of a thriller-esque element. The proverbial clock is ticking, too, and that adds tension and suspense to the novel. Chicago's Swing is the story of a storied city at a pivotal time. It features a set of frightening bombings, a dangerous game of cat and mouse, and a detective who's determined to catch a killer. This has been In the Spotlight. I'm Margot Kinberg. Thanks for watching.